from
Czech
Czech Republic, yes.
What was his
At that time it was Czechoslovakia, of course.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And you
He was professor at the theological faculty, the Protestant theological faculty in Prague.
in Prague.
Yeah.
You don't remember his name?
Yes, it doesn't just come to me.
Yes,
I'll
yes.
tell you later. Yes.
But
And then when I was appointed there, he was chairman, and they didn't have any formal interview for me, but he just wanted me to meet him formally. So I went to Prague to see him. And then at that time we were working together. I was on the board and he was the chairperson.
So you were in Czech Republic?
Yes, I had been to Czech
Yes,
Republic.
yes.
Yeah.
Prague only or
Yes, only Prague. Yes, yes. Yeah.
when last time?
That was many years ago. And then we had students at the Bosse Institute who came for summer courses as well as for graduate studies. They are mainly from Reformed Protestant churches.
Churches. And you are Syro Malakala?
No, Syro Malankara is one of the Roman Catholic rites. We are the true Malankara Orthodox Church.
You are, okay, Syrian Orthodox.
The original one.
Okay.
The original one. And they have created a small section with the name Syro Malankara, which is a Roman Catholic lineage church.
But you are...
We are the original church.
Okay. Not Jacobite, you are Syrian Orthodox.
Jacobite Orthodox is a recent sort of division.
Yes.
Actually, it's the same church.
Yes.
Popularly, it's called Jacobite,
Yes.
but it's a misnomer. Orthodox, Syrian Orthodox is the term used in the Middle East. Here we use Malankara Orthodox.
Okay.
Only the name Syrian is mentioned there because we are still using Syrian language as our liturgical, basic liturgical language.
Yes. Actually, we are Indians, but because of the liturgical connections, we have been.
I know. And Nestorians, they are this Church of the East?
Yes.
Yeah, they call themselves Church of the East. Yeah.
And nowadays one finds them only in India, I suppose.
No,
but
they are in the Middle East, in Iraq.
Yes, they are there.
And then in America, in California.
Yeah, but those are like immigrants.
Yes.
But in India, no.
No.
It is not. They are Indians.
Yes, Indians.
In India, there is no migrant.
They are original from the old times.
In India, this is part of the ancient East Syrian Church, which spread to China and the East.
Yes. And in Iraq, they are original still. They did not chase them away. Muslims did not put them out.
They have two patriarchs now. They have two syndics. One in Baghdad, the other in
California.
In Chicago or California.
And so in Iran, they are no more.
Yeah, there is also one bishop is for Iran. I don't know how many parishes there are.
Everywhere in the Middle East, there are Christians,
scattered and minimum.
Organized,
Yes.
Because the number is very much reduced now.
Yes.
Even in Syria, I think with the civil war, many Christians have gone out.
Yes.
So the number has been extremely small now.
So you have some connections with Nestorians. You are in good mutual relationship.
Well, in India, we have very good friendly relations with them because basically, before the Portuguese came here, we were all one community, So
and our seminary, they don't have a seminary over here.
Yeah,
our seminary is training their place.
They send.
Father was the former principal till last March. So even today, one deacon is studying there from the church.
They send students to different places, but somehow they prefer that their students be trained in our because of the Syriac Oriental connection.
Yes. So you have most troubles you would have with Vatican. I suppose, yes.
Are you connected to any church officially?
No. I was baptized, but I don't care so much.
What's your occupation? What do you do now?
I teach actually at the theological university in my town in Budějovice, but České Budějovice, Budweis. But I teach about Indian religions and Indian philosophy.
All right. Yes.
So
the other faculty I mentioned is Comenius faculty. Comenius,
yes. That was, I think, in Bratislava.
Bratislava. Yes.
Right. From there you knew this professor?
Yes.
Okay. And Jose told me you were present at the Second Vatican Council.
I have.
You were present.
No. Second Vatican. I was very young.
Yes.
But I attended two synods
Okay.
in the Vatican.
Uh-huh.
One was the Millennium Synod convened by Pope John Paul II in 1998.
Uh-huh.
The other is the Synod of Bishops called by Benedict, Pope Benedict, in 2008.
There is Cardinal Ratzinger.
Pardon?
Cardinal Ratzinger.
Yeah,
Ratzinger,
Ratzinger
yes,
is
yes.
the new Pope, yes, yeah.
And how is your relation with Catholic Church?
Well, in general, good relations.
Yes,
In
yes.
general, yes, yeah. Except for this Malankara Catholic rite, they still indulge in proselytism. They take our people.
They like this. Okay.
Yeah, so that creates some tension. But at the academic level, we cooperate a lot. For example, they have a Syriac Institute here in Kottayam, a Syriac Institute, where some of the professors of the Orthodox Seminary teach.
You mean this Saint Ephraim?
Saint Ephraim, yes.
Because I know this Father Jacob.
Yeah, Father Jacob is a very nice man.
Yes.
So he is very friendly with all of
Yes.
us. I have been cooperating with him at the beginning of the institute.
Because my tutor, because I do PhD also about Indian saints, actually a concept of holiness in India and sainthood, and comparison with other religions too.
Idea of holiness.
Yes, and
Then you
sainthood.
must have consulted Mircea Eliad's book.
Yes. Also.
Okay.
Concept of holiness and concept of sacredness, is it the same?
No, I mean more sainthood, like person, people who are saints.
സൗണ്ടിന് വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്.
I will open the windows because I don't want the fan.
Yes. He is Lutheran priest. He's Lutheran priest, Protestant, but actually he practices the Eastern Rite, and he is very interested in Eastern Rite and Eastern churches. So actually, we would like also. I was trying this Father Jacob to make some cooperation, but he seems to be very busy. But he's from Malankara. I think I will still achieve some cooperation with them. But if you would be interested, also maybe in exchanges of some information with my tutor, he would be very appreciate that.
So you are preparing a doctoral dissertation now.
Yes.
Where would you present it?
It's in my University of South Bohemia. It's
South Bohemia.
South Bohemia. It's South Czech Republic, bordering with Austria, not far from Linz.
Okay.
If you know Linz in Austria, Linz city.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Do you still travel to Europe?
Yes, I travel. Recently, I've been traveling in Greece, in Geneva.
So you could maybe, if we invite you also some part of your journey to our
I can make a
university, some talk. Yes.
I've been in 3 weeks in Lebanon at the Notre Dame University near Beirut in October. We were collaborating with professors from other religions on the question of forgiveness and compassion from a philosophical point of view, but in the world's religions. So we had professors from Pakistan and Philippines,
Buddhists also.
Thailand. Yes. So that was very good thing. 3 weeks extended seminar. Yeah.
Do you know JDV in Pune, Jnana Deepa Vidya?
Yes, I have been there.
Yes, you've been there.
Yeah.
So you know Noel Shed. Noel Shed. He used to be
No.
president.
No. At the moment, no.
He used to be. He's specialist much in interreligious dialogue. He teaches at
Oh, in India you have a lot of resources like that.
Yes, yes,
for your
yes,
work.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, if you have time to stay on, how long will you stay?
Now 4 months.
4 months.
Four
Okay,
months.
that's very
It is
good.
stay, yes. I am now here with my family. We
Yes.
stay at Joseph's house.
Right. Okay, yes.
So shall I ask you my questions for?
Yes, you want to. All right, okay, yeah.
Yes,
Please,
or
please.
yes.
Yeah.
It's usually, because as I try to research this question of sainthood.
They will bring some tea, maybe we can.
Yes.
Yeah, I will do it.
Oh, okay. After the tea.
Yes, maybe after the. We can take the tea. ഞാൻ പഞ്ചസാര ഇട്ടതാണോ പാലൂടെ മറ്റേ എടുത്തോണ്ട് സ്പൂണും കൂടെ പാലോട് പിടിച്ചാണോ പാലോട് കൂടെ എടുത്തോണ്ട്
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, nice. And
ചായ കുടിക്കട്ടോ
can I just ask you, who are you? What is your function exactly?
I am a priest of the Malandra Orthodox Church.
Yes.
But I have been principal of the main seminary at the church
Okay.
for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Before that I have been teaching here. Okay. ഇവിടെ ഈ ഞാറ്റക്കായ പാൽപ്പൊടിയാണ് ഞാൻ ആ കൈ കൂടി ബോധിഷ ചായ കുടിക്കേ ഒന്നുകൂടി ചായ in the office of the seminary where I was principal.
Yes.
Actually, this is a combination of Jesus and the Buddha, Christ and Buddha. Yes. He has done a series of paintings combining Buddhist motifs and the Christian motifs. Yeah.
He's Buddhist monk.
He is a Buddhist monk. There's a Catholic theologian, Aloysius Paris. So he did it under the influence of Father Paris. He believes in the interfaith dialogue very much.
Yes.
Okay. And I personally liked it very much. The picture, so I made a copy.
Yes, it's nice. Actually, my tutor, he says he does not believe in interreligious dialogue because it's all, but he believes in saints because saints are over religions and only dialogue is only through them possible.
I would support that view because I have similar views because they transcend the barriers.
Yes.
And they are common treasures of humanity. I've been reading the poems of Mira, the famous mystic.
Yes.
So it's on my bed.
Yes.
It's at the mystical level that we come together. The spirituality is the key rather than dogmatic theology.
Yes.
Yeah, but if it is good dogmatic theology, that will finally point to this common spirituality. It will not separate us.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the scholastic form of Christian theology has been very exclusivist, very very much separatist.
You mean even Aquinas?
No, I don't mean the scholastic theology of the Roman Catholic Church. In general,
In general, yes.
Because in any church, the Protestant tradition can be scholastic, the Orthodox can be scholastic. When you forget the symbolic, transcendent dimension and then concentrate on the formula, the definition, there you become scholastic.
Yes.
There you lose the sense. And that has happened in the history of the church. If you take, take the Council of Ephesus, Council of Chalcedon, where divisions occurred.
Yes.
They concentrated on verbal conceptual formulas.
Yes. Yes, I will write. Yes, can I? But it takes time. I will try to remember.
Maybe you can keep something to record your.
Yes, I never like to rely on electronic stuff because it always my brain should be more.
Yes.
But I think I will remember that. I will just write like a password. So now can I ask you the questions?
Yeah, please.
Yes. So as I just told you, as I studied the saints of India and also how somehow the sainthood is conceived in India and compare with other religions, I travel all over India. I've met maybe more than, now it would be almost up to 100 personages, various Swamijis, Gurus, Tibetan Lamas, Sri Lankan Lamas, many bishops, many priests, and I ask them all 2-3 basic questions. What do they think about sainthood? What is the cause and origin? What are the main features of saints and these things like this? So, if but more somehow. More interested I am, some people, especially in Catholic Church, sometimes they tend to say what the Church says. That I am not so much interested. I am more interested in your personal view, your experience or something, what you would say about it. So if I ask you about what do you think about the cause and the origin of the sainthood, what would you say?
I think the Western Church, especially the Catholic Church, has introduced here the wrong concept of sainthood. Because they have the process of canonizing somebody officially. And some of our Eastern churches have imitated the Catholic Church. But I think we go in the wrong direction when you study the idea of sainthood in India.
Yes.
We have in Sanskrit the word sattvic. Sattvic. S-A-T-V-I-K-S. So this is a guna, a quality of light, of transparence, of transcendence. So somebody with a sattvic quality is a saintly person.
Yes.
You have various grades of that quality. At the lower level, it is mixed more with the darkness, with the tamas. But as you grow higher and higher, the darkness element is reduced, and you approach light. So the approximation to light is the idea of sainthood in India. So you don't have any canonical roots. You don't have any definitions of a saint. It is only by experience that you know that somebody is a saint. Not by definitions or canonical rules. I think this is very much in agreement with the Eastern or Orthodox understanding of sainthood, where there is no official declaration of a saint traditionally. But now, as I told you, some of our churches have imitated the Roman Catholic Church. But traditionally, sainthood is something which people, out of their long experience, they attribute to persons.
It's Climacus.
Yes. If you go to Parumala, nearby, the town of Tiruvalla, we have a saint called Mar Gregorius. Well, he was he died in 1902. But he was formally canonized in 1947. But already the people of Kerala had accepted him as a saintly figure.
Yes.
The church only confirmed it.
Yes.
So that means it is not in the authority of the church to say that somebody is a saint or not.
Yes.
But actually it is the people. If
Yes.
you take the church as the people's voice, then it is the people, believing people who discern the saintliness.
Yes.
I think that also goes to the Orthodox theology, where formal structures are not the key thing, but the consensus of the people
Yes.
and the experience of the people. Whereas in the Roman system, well, this may be there, this element of popular acceptance may be there, but
Yes.
still,
They need.
it
Yes.
comes from above.
Yes.
So, for example, I was offended by some of the paper reports here in Kerala when they canonized Saint Alphonse.
Alfonso. Yes.
And some of the papers reported, maybe they got the report from the Catholic circles, that Saint Alfonso is the first woman saint of India,
Yes.
which is a total offense
Yes.
to the whole Indian tradition. Since I am a priest and I am a Christian, if I make a public protest, that would be very much misunderstood.
Yes.
But I think all these sensitive Hindus must have been deeply offended
Yes.
by that sentence.
Yes.
They should say she is the first Roman Catholic woman to be canonized by the Roman Catholic Church in India. That
Yes.
is the proper phrase.
Yes.
They simply say the first woman saint of India. Thousands of men and women have been saints in India, and then all of a sudden you declare it, which is, I would say, very offensive.
Yes. Yes.
So this is a misunderstanding of the canonical procedure and
Mhm.
structure.
And okay.
People, well, in our time, Ramana Maharshi,
Yes.
you know him, you know the figure. Yes. Well, easily accepted by all people
Yeah.
as a saintly figure.
Mhm.
Or Narayana Guru, Sri
Yes.
Narayana Guru, he was much more articulate and he was socially active, whereas Ramana Maharshi was not. He was quiet,
Just.
Parsi, but Narayana Guru was a social reformer
Yes.
also.
Yeah.
But I have been reading a book by his disciple Nitya Jaitanya
Yes.
Niyati,
Yes.
and I went to Varkala last week to give a lecture there.
Yes.
But they invited me for that. So the more I study Narayana Guru, I see the saint in him,
Yes.
the mystic in him.
He is very much.
Yeah. So you see, India has a long series of great saintly men and women.
He's friend of mine, Muni Narayana Prasad.
Yeah.
I know him.
I know
He's
him.
my
He
friend.
invited me. Yeah, okay.
And I like Narayana Guru. Also, he was very revolutionary
Yeah.
for the ideas as when he said that the son does not need to follow the religion of his father. It's
Yeah.
very revolutionary
Yeah,
in
sure.
India,
Yeah.
or many
Yeah,
things
exactly.
like this.
Yeah, I think he has also this Buddhist understanding
Yes,
of
yes.
rationality and
Yeah.
freedom of the human person. And that.
And when I asked again some other like bishops or priests of Christian priests about Ramana Maharshi, some said that they
Yeah.
believe that he fulfilled the ideal of Christ, that he lived according to the principles of Christ. So,
I read an article by Carl Jung on Ramana Maharshi
yes.
in a collection.
So okay, this.
So the basic concept has to be sorted out according to me. You cannot compare the idea of sainthood in India and the West.
Yes.
The West has gone in a very different direction. In India, it is quite different. Understand? Well, Jesus said in the Gospel, a tree is known by the fruits.
Yes.
I think that is the only criterion or set of criteria we have.
Yes.
When somebody claims that he is a great Acharya, Swami, Guru, etc., well, how do you prove the claim? By the fruits.
Yes.
In the Christian tradition, and Saint Paul has said it very clearly, love, joy, peace, and so on. The fruit of the Holy Spirit.
Yes.
And if you produce the fruit of the Holy Spirit, well, then it's saintliness.
Yes. Are usually people and priests in your church like you, or you would say you are more progressive in your...
Well, no, I never heard that. We are all in the Orthodox Church, which they translate as conservative. But if you say conservative things in a nice way, that can be very progressive, you know.
Yes.
Because if you read the early fathers of the church, perceptive early fathers of the church, and interpret them in the right way, then they go far ahead of our times.
So, what would you say that are the main features and characteristics of a saint?
For me, deep compassion is a characteristic or an expression of a saintly person. Deep compassion. Compassion not only to human beings, but to all creatures, to nature in general. Because compassion is a big word which includes a lot of things. There is a sense of gratitude to God and to human beings and the rest of creation in a compassionate man. He is humble. Humility, deep humility, is part of that compassion. Unless you are humble, you cannot be compassionate.
I think you already answered a little bit, but just it's my third question. So you are convinced that regardless religion, if one honestly strives to be one with God, one can achieve it?
Probably you need a particular tradition and a particular context of a religion. I cannot be born as a universal citizen. I was born in a Christian family and was nourished in the Christian scripture, in the Christian ethics, the spiritual tradition and so on by my parents. And then I went through the parish and so on. And then I gradually I realized that what my parents and my church taught was essentially, it has a common ground with what other saints and saintly people have. So you need a religion, you need a particular context. I take a plant, for example. A plant has to have soil, particular soil. It cannot just grow in the air. But when it grows, it can produce fruits which are enjoyed by all, everywhere. So the gospel expression of Jesus, the fruit of the tree, for me is still very important. You can have individual trees, you can have different species, but when they produce delicious fruits, that is the test. So compassion is a fruit. Humility is a fruit. Respect for God's creation is a fruit. A sense of justice, for example, a deep sense of justice in in saintly people. They don't respect this hierarchy of,
Yes,
of caste system, of rich and poor. They can really go against such hierarchization.
And if there are some, even Jesus says in the Bible this, it sounds as a unique claim.
Yes.
I am the way, I am the life, I am
Yes,
the truth.
yes,
So these sages
yes,
of other religions,
yes.
do they come to Christ through their realizations of truth, and then continues actually what is after the concept of Christ?
Yeah,
of yours?
yeah. Okay, again, like in the case of sainthood, I think the Western tradition has misinterpreted the sayings of Jesus, I am the light, I am the bread of life, and so on, and the truth, the way, etc. You ask your friend Muni Narayana Prasad,
Yes.
he would fully agree with what Jesus said,
Yes.
but he remains a Vedantin,
Yes.
a Hindu Vedantin, but he would agree with. He says, and many other Vedantins say, that if you really realize God in you, you will be able to say, Aham Brahmasmi. You
Yes.
know. And that is what Jesus said, Aham Brahmasmi.
Yes, yes, yes.
I am the way, I am the truth,
Yes.
because Jesus has fully realized this sense
Yes.
of the transcendent rules.
Mhm.
But the Western tradition misinterpreted that in the sense of uniqueness of Christ,
Yes.
which is not a very good expression for us.
Mhm.
Because
Yes.
every individual is unique, you know.
Mhm.
Every species is unique, every race is unique, so you can't compare one with the other.
Yes.
But unfortunately, they confused their cultural, economic superiority during the colonial times.
Yes,
The
yes.
colonial, cultural, even racial superiority
Mhm.
with the figure of Jesus,
Mhm.
as if they are the custodians of Jesus,
Yes.
which is a wrong
Mhm.
understanding. So I would say liberate Jesus from
Yes.
the clutches of these theologians of the Western world.
It is no. Ramana Maharishi said
Yes.
the self-realization is Christ consciousness.
Christ consciousness. Yeah. I think Christianity has in a way suppressed the positive Gnostic elements.
Yes.
I know there are bad Gnostic elements, extreme Gnostic elements
Mhm.
in the early church,
Mhm.
but there is a very positive, healthy knowledge, healthy idea of knowledge in the Christian tradition,
Yes.
like in the St. John's Gospel,
Yes.
for example, which is rather suppressed in the Western and later traditions of Christianity. Now Muni Narayana Prasad, he wrote a commentary on the four Gospels,
Mhm.
in Malayalam.
Yes. Yes.
So where he says the kingdom of God is the kingdom of knowledge,
Mhm.
kingdom of jnana,
Mhm.
and Jesus himself the personification of wisdom,
Mhm.
which agrees with the early Christian tradition. Jesus is the wisdom, the wisdom of the Father.
Yeah. Mhm.
So that line should be followed.
Mhm. Why do you think it happened in the West?
Why?
Do you think it happened in the West? This?
Why?
Why?
Well, maybe for the last 1,000 years, it's an unusual phenomenon of Western civilization
Yes.
coming up as the dominant,
Yeah.
overarching civilization. For various reasons, science and technology developed later by 17th century, and even before that, the Renaissance, the intellectual ferment which was in Europe, and then by the 16th century, 15th, 16th century, the colonial movement.
Yes.
So all these forces came together to produce what is called the Western civilization.
Yes.
But I say it is one civilization, one among the many.
Yes.
And fortunately or unfortunately, in our times, this became the most dominant, even absolute civilization. And all other civilizations in the world had to compare themselves with the Western civilization to find their place.
Yes, yes.
And I would say, you take an academic image I have said somewhere, that Western civilization is the main text, and the other civilizations, including that of India, China, Egypt, these are all footnotes.
Yes.
So you read the main text, you can ignore some of the footnotes.
I was thinking because certain, when they adopted in 3rd, 4th century this Roman law and Roman mentality of administration, it was a little bit part of this step to the domination.
Definitely, yes.
Because Eastern was not like this.
There's a continuation of the Roman Empire.
Yes, yes.
And ecclesiastically, it is Roman Catholic Church which took over.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because even the Pope is a Roman pontiff.
Yes,
which
yes.
is a successor to the Caesar
Yes.
idea. But still, I would say this is once. It may last for 1,000 years or 1,500 years. I do not know, but it will be over.
Yes.
And some other civilizations will
Yes,
take
yes,
over. Because if you take the Ottoman civilization, it doesn't have a long period for the Ottoman civilization.
Yes.
The Chinese various stages, has been very influential in the whole of Asia.
Yes.
And in India, a series of dynasties. So Western civilization is one of the most, I would say, splendid, amazing phenomenon.
Yes.
You can question the greatness of that.
Yes.
But it is still one of the civilizations.
Yes.
You have other measuring rods. You have alternate ways of looking at reality. And now the problem is the whole of our understanding. We are all Indians. We have studied in Indian schools. But still, our perception, our concepts are all being shaped by Western education. And
What do you think about human rights and social service? Is it somehow originally coming from Christian influence?
No, I don't think so. Absolutely. This is again one of the arrogant claims of the Western civilization.
Yes, yes.
You know what, 2,500 years ago, Buddha taught some of these things,
Yes.
compassion, human rights, rationality.
Yes,
He said to his disciple, Ananda, be a lamp unto yourself.
Yes.
Don't follow anybody else. This is what Kant said. In the 18th century, Immanuel Kant said the same thing.
Yes.
Be courageous, think for yourself.
Yes.
But Buddha has said it how many centuries ago? So I don't believe that human rights is a contribution of the Western civilization.
I didn't mean Western.
Yes.
I meant really the Christ behind it.
Yeah,
Somehow
the
influence
Gospels,
of Christ.
definitely the Gospels have helped a lot.
Yes.
Because Jesus himself was revolting against the decadent system of the Jewish religion and society. So the Gospels definitely, personally I have experienced that.
Yes.
Whenever I look at an issue, suddenly the Gospel sayings come to my mind, and I use those to measure. Yeah, definitely Jesus helped. Yeah.
Yes.
But to confuse the Jesus movement or the Christian movement with the Western civilization is wrong.
Yes,
wrong.
yes, yes.
Right, yes.
And my last question, just this is more personal. I ask also everybody what are your favorite saints from Hinduism, you personally, which you like to read or which you feel inspired by?
And I have, of course, being an Indian, I've been exposed to many of these people in literature, but in personal experience also. Ramana Maharshi is a person I adore. And the bhakti, the bhakti poets, mystics, like Alka Mahadevi, in the Bhajanam I don't know whether you heard about the Vajanam
Yes.
poets. They're great revolutionaries, the Bhakti
Yes.
poets.
Bhakti.
The Bhakti movement has in a way compensated for the dogmatic Vedanta,
Yes.
which supported the caste system. That is the contradiction in India. It was very high philosophy, but
Yes.
it became support for a caste system. Whereas the Bhakti movement really abolished that, in a way demolished some of these caste traditions.
Do you like Marathi?
Marathi.
Writers like Tukaram and
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Janeshwar.
Janeshwar, Tukaram, Kabir. Of course,
Yes,
they're all
yes,
in the
yes.
same. Yeah, right. So, starting from the time of Buddha, I see many revolutionaries in India. Many. So I am not fascinated by the Western tradition in the sense that that is the only thing.
Yes, yes.
We have, but unfortunately, some of these movements did not create many enough reports. It helped our society, but
Buddhism was actually
it went out of India.
Yes.
Went out of India to other. I think the face of Asia has been changed much by the Buddhist tradition.
Yes. And from the Western or
You see, in my house, you see how many Buddhas.
yes. From the Western, I mean, Western thinkers or Western saints, which do you like? What are you?
Well, of course, like everybody, I like Francis.
Yes.
And he broke some of the stiff rules of the times to go deeper into the love of God. It is not only in the church, in human beings, but also outside. So I like Francis. But my complaint is that even Francis had been used by the church.
Yes. Very much.
For certain wrong missionary approaches, like Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa is a saintly person, but she has been used by the establishment of the Roman Church to cater to their particular agendas.
And still one question, it's more what I realized here in India about Jesuits. What do you think about Jesuits? Because, for example, in our country, they were like synonymous of the intolerance of the church. And today, when one meets Jesuits in India, they are often one of the most progressive
that's
thinkers.
true. They have evolved. There is an evolution in the Society of Jesus since the 15th century. But our experience, the first experience with the Jesuits, is completely negative. Because they were the instruments for the Pope and the colonial powers to suppress our church at the beginning of the 16th century. But they have evolved. I have many good Jesuit friends.
And for example, De Nobili,
it
was real effort.
But he was a strategist, He was a strategist, a diplomat.
Yes.
I don't know to what extent he was. Maybe he was genuine. I cannot judge him. But he still represented this imperial Roman Church and its interest.
Okay, just maybe the last for because to finish in more positive thought.
No, I said the critical things about the Western, but on the other hand, I have been teaching there for 5 years. I studied there several years, so I know the other. Since they are all known, the benefits of science and technology are known, so I don't need to repeat that. But I can be critical of that.
I am not offended by that because as I try to be universal.
Because
now we are one.
I know the Roman Catholic Church has produced many saintly figures. Many. So I appreciate that. However, as a system, I may be critical.
It failed. It failed in a way. But so if one wants to follow the path of leading to sainthood, what you would advise?
Well, I have no advice. I think the Indian idea of sadhaka is a seeker.
Yes.
I think we are all sadhakas, we are all seekers. Right? Nobody achieves sainthood absolutely.
Yes.
In all saints, Christian or non-Christian, they are all basically human beings. They are fallible human beings. So I will not absolutize any saint.
Yes.
But I would simply say that we should follow the path of the seekers, the sadhakas, or the tirthadakas, the pilgrims. The whole life is pilgrimage.
So to get inspired by those genuine seekers, that would be for you.
Like Saint Gregory of Nyssa
Yes.
speaks about the ascent of Moses to Mount Sinai. They would say he's always climbing. He never reaches the summit, always climbing. Never returns, never stops, always climbing. This is the idea which I personally would adopt.
Yes.
Of a pilgrimage, of sadhaka, of continuing eternal journey.
Yes.
And of course, to what extent you have achieved sattvic form is not up to you to decide. It's for
Grace.
for God, and it may take centuries for your being recognized. That's my my recent conviction that a good thing may not produce good effects immediately. It may take many centuries. Some seeds sprout quickly, some seeds do not. It takes days or months. So in the same way, your sattvic quality will be known, will inspire people, but not visibly, not immediately, not necessarily.
Yes.
Yes. So this is what I can tell you.
Thank you.
Okay, it's fine. I hope it was helpful.
Very, very helpful.
Very good. Yes. When you are you going to write it down or write down this interview?
Yes, I wrote it.
Okay.
I wrote it almost all,
Yes.
and I still remember.
Would I be able to, if you are going to print it or quote it?
I will, but it will be, for my doctoral thesis, it will be in Czech. But I will now write one article in English for one magazine, and I will put you there, so I will let you know.
My only concern is that what I said should not be interpreted by some people in a wrong way, that's all.
Yes.
Because,
You would like before?
Yeah.
I will send it to you.
Okay.
Yes?
All right. Thank
You give me your email.
I will give you my. Shall I
Yes.
Can yes, my name is Father K.
I wrote it there.
Okay. So it is simply FR. I have other accounts, but I use this oldest ones.
Hotmail.com, yes?
For
Yes, but that I know.
And my number is 924
Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you were saying.
May I know your name and can you leave your
Okay.
name and address with me?
I don't use visit cards.
I will give you.
I have paper here. Okay. I will definitely contact you also because of my tutor, and I hope we will be able somehow to cooperate.
Okay.
That you, I would like. When do you plan to go to Europe again?
I will not immediately. I will go to US in January. Yes. But
So Europe you don't know for.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I will pass by.
But I will write you, and you will let me. Do you want my name?
silent roots.
अच्छा हमारे जोइस मतलब मेल आईडी मिल गया नहीं जोइस के साइड में ना अतने bibliography मेल
They have combined.
we have a full bibliography of Arjun.
Yeah.
So if you have your email ID with you,
Yes.
we'll mail it.
Okay.
Did you give me your address? No.
Yes, it is
Ah,
here.
okay.
Is it fine enough like this, or you need still some other things?
No, it's fine. Okay.
ന്യൂസ് പ്രിന്റ് ബ്ലാക്ക് ആൻഡ് വൈറ്റിൽ അടിക്കുന്ന സാധനം പുള്ളിയാണ് 1000 കോപ്പി താഴെ അടിക്കുന്നത് 500 കോപ്പി ഒറ്റ ദിവസം റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് പുള്ളി അടിച്ചോണ്ട്
എനിക്ക് അയച്ചു
എന്തോ
എനിക്ക് അയച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്
500 കോപ്പി തീരുമാനം
Yeah. So, how do you pronounce it? Avramov?
Avramov.
It is Abraham.
Yes.
It is familiar in Kerala.
And you do one thing.
Who are you?
I'm Korean Thomas.
And so you are also expert in this.
I am a historian by profession.
Yes.
See, you do one thing. You give me a mail in this address. I will give the bibliography.
Very good. Thank you. Krishna is here.
മറ്റേ നമുക്ക് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സിനിമയായിട്ട് നോക്കാൻ പാടില്ല
So here is my book. I give to you.
Thank you. I have just small. Yes, we have. And many miracles happened there.
I see.
On the magnet.
Mother Mary.
Mary?
Yes.
Pregnant house. Miracles ഉണ്ടാകുന്നു.
People come there.
Where it is?
In my town. It's for you.
It's for me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
It's a magnet.
Yes.
So you can stick in it.
Yes, on the fridge.
Okay. So,
It's here still.
I will give it to my daughter, who is pregnant now.
Yes. Nice.
Village. Daughter.
We still be 2 months here, but we go to Varkala, to Narayana Kulam, and we go to Ramana Maharishi Ashram and Shantivanam,
Okay.
and Nityananda caves in Kaihangat, you know?
Yeah.
So there also.
Yeah, when you meet Muni Narayana Prasad,
Yes.
tell him that we met.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Yes, last Saturday. He asked me to stay for the whole day, but I couldn't. So I made my presentation and then I had to go away.
And do you know Syriac Kanichai?
Yes.
It's very special. I spoke with him 2 years ago and he impressed me also very much, very deep
Yes,
inner knowledge.
yeah. I don't see him very much nowadays.
If he's still, well, I don't know.
I have no
ആ
idea.
philosophical conversation നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്
He's Carmelite, no?
Compliment.
These divisions, West, East, religions, they don't work really. So shall we go, Jose?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you very much for your time.
സുരേഷ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ അയൽപക്കത്തിലെ കച്ചവടം സംസാരിക്കാൻ
Suresh.